In this video, I'm going to give you a quick start guide on how to quickly get started with the Audience Analyzer software. So when you first install the software and open it up, you'll be presented with this section here. It's called the Welcome section, or tab, I should say. And in the Welcome tab, we always offer some sort of private discount or customer discount for some of our other products we have in our business. Currently, this is the one we're offering here. We also have a link here to our help videos, which you're watching right now. And in addition, you'll also see a few other offers that are down here that we offer discounts for and things like that. And this is always changing, so it's always a good idea to keep your eye on what we have here. We like to always present our customers with really good discounts and free stuff all the time. So once you get in here, if you want to get access to the other tools, all you have to do is just select whatever tool you want here in the tabs. So it's a tabular interface. And at the very top, you'll see a bunch of menu buttons here. It's a main menu at the very top. And so let me just run through those really quickly. The first button here is just the About the software. It tells you a little bit about it and some other links to other products. The Help button here, there's two different options. Once you click it, you'll get to the Help videos, which is the page you're on now. Also, Software Updates. So if you click that, it'll take you over to this page here. And I'll give you all the latest updates that have been done in the latest version. Every time you do start the software, it will check our servers to see if there's another version available. And if so, it'll present you with a link to come here. But you can always come here manually if you want and see what the latest version is and the version you have installed. And also you can download it here for both PC and Mac. And I also want to say that sometimes I put tips in here inside these different version version elements or whatever improvements I do inside the software. So you always want to keep an eye on some of the things there to make sure that you need to get the software up to date. This next button here is the Power Words tool. And so Power Words are basically, think of it like words that you append onto whatever you're searching. So if you're searching, for example, nurse, to find nurse related interest keywords, you want to put the word nurse in there, and then you can use the Power Words. Will just basically, they will be appended to it. So I'll show you that here in just a moment. The next one is for browsing the category targets, but I'm going to do that in a completely different video. And so the most important thing, and the very first thing you're going to have to do, is connect the software to your Facebook account. Now the software is 100% compliant with Facebook. We're getting the data from the Facebook Marketing API. So there's nothing bad going on here at all. It's totally Facebook compliant. So if we go ahead and click this, and you can always see that when this button is gray, the outline there of the actual icon, if it's gray, it's not connected. There's also a little status message here saying it's not connected to Facebook. So you always have to connect to Facebook every time you open the software, but you don't always have to enter in your information here. So let me just quickly show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect using a sample account, a test account that I use on Facebook all the time, just to show you what it's like from the very beginning. So once you log in, you'll be presented with, if you want to continue to use the app with your account. The app does get access to your public profile and email address, which is totally normal. That just helps us with registering the software and things like that. So if you do receive emails from us and you don't want to receive emails from our company, that's totally fine. Every email that you receive from us, you can always unsubscribe. It won't do anything to this software. Like, it won't change anything if you unsubscribe from our list. That's totally fine. So let's continue. The next little message here, it says it wants to manage your ads. Now, I do want to stress that the software does not manage any of your Facebook ads and doesn't collect any statistics or nothing like that from your ads account. I had to put this in there to do this one request in order to create the category targets tool. And so when you see how to use that little tool, it has nothing to do with managing your ads. It's just one of the limitations of getting access to those functions within the marketing API. So go ahead and click OK, and you don't have to worry about the software touching your ads at all. It will not do that whatsoever. And there we go, and it's ready to go. So let me just quickly explain what this software does so you got a better understanding. It helps you find interest keywords for your Facebook ad campaigns and also other targets. So let me just bring up the Power Editor here. So inside of, if you're not familiar with Facebook ad sort of marketing, there's two tools that Facebook provides you with. One is their normal ad manager, and also the power editor. It's kind of like a plugin kind of thing. Well, it used to be a Chrome plugin, but I'm not sure if it still is. Anyhow, when you go into your account, at the very top there, you'll see if you can, Ads Manager or Power Editor. I prefer the Power Editor. There seems to be more options available in this, and it just seems a little bit better for me. But it's all up to you. This software will work for both. So once you create your ad, I just created a test campaign and a test ad set. And so once you get to the ad set, I want to show you where you use your interest keywords, and it's right in here. So the first thing you obviously got to do is select your locations. I just selected the main 4: United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada. An age group from 20 to 65 and all, just so I can show you an example. Then in here, this is where you include your interest keywords or behaviors or whatever. So in here, this is where, if say you're promoting something to do with like, I don't know, nurses or something like that. So you type in nurse in here, and then you'll get a nurse interest under demographics, education, field of study. And you'll see here, it'll narrow it down to 2.1 million people, where before that it was like, 281 million. So the idea is you want to be using these interest keywords to really narrow down your audience so you can basically highly target for your ads. So let's show you how this works here. So I'm going to quickly go through each tool. I don't want to spend a lot of time in this video. I'll go more detail in other videos. So let's get right to it. So let's say you want to use the word nurse. This is sort of your niche. So you can search interests. You can also search schools, majors, job titles, and employers. Let's stick with interests. And I found 345. And you can go ahead and just click the copy button. It'll copy all of those to your clipboard. And if you come in here and right click and paste, it'll put all of them in there. So you can see all of them. So there's a lot in there. But of course, you want to be narrowing them down to specifics. Like there's some here that might not even make any sense. For example, like wet nurse. Like I'm not sure if that's probably relevant. Mighty nurse. Let's see here. Chinese nurse specialist might not be what you're looking for. So what I've done is I've integrated other ways to pinpoint what you need. You can click the little search button down here, and now you can search, basically filter within the text column. So the 2 text columns is the FB interest and also the seed column. So I'm going to go ahead and just select the FB interest, and then you can type in, I only want to see the interest keywords that actually contain the word nurse. So now there's only 200 that actually contain the word nurse, and I only want to see interests that are greater than, say, 200,000. But if you scroll down here, you got other different ranges. So if you want a range in here, like greater than 200,000 but less than 500,000, you can do that as well. And now you have your set of keywords. Now you can copy these and then use those in your account. We narrowed that down to 2.5 million. And of course, you can go through here and take out the ones you don't want. Now, say you like all these and you want to save them, you can actually use the manager tool. So you can right click, and you got all these different options in here. The check boxes, you can check all the check boxes. Sorry, select the checks for all rows. So it gets all those. Now you can right click, and now you can send these selected. When it says selected, that means the checkbox has been selected. And when I say highlighted, highlighted means you just highlight. So like if you go like this is highlighted, and these are selected. So let's right click and send selected to manager. So now all those that were selected is sent to your manager tool. And in here you have a few other options in the manager tool. So now you can quickly see the interests. And if you have this little checkbox selected over here, insert selected targets, when you select a target, it'll actually add it to this convenient little text box. It just makes it easy so you can actually copy in here and see what you got for interest. Because when you paste interests into this tool, the ad manager or the power editor, you have to be separated by commas. So when you paste, they have to be separated by commas in order for this tool to recognize them. So that's why they are separated with commas here. But whenever you use the copy feature, it also it says copy to clipboard. It automatically separates them by comma. So if you copy selected targets in here and just open up a text file and then paste, you'll see they're separated by commas. So let's move on to the next tool. I just want to quickly show you all the stuff you can do. Actually, before I do that, I want to clear out the filters here. So if you have filters, whenever you see a column turn green, that means that the actual column is filtered. So you can click the little clear filters at the bottom. Let's just hide this search bar. One thing I do want to show you is when you select, let's unselect all of them, but when you select particular interest keywords, you can use this feature over here to get additional suggestions from Facebook. So this goes out to Facebook and gets additional suggestions based on those keywords, and it just appends them to the end of the list. So now you can see here, and it'll give you the seed keyword I got the suggestions from, and you can see a whole bunch of more possible targets that you could use. So that's a very powerful one. If you really want to get a ton of interest keywords, you can check all the rows and hit this and go through all 390, and you can quickly see it's going to pull a ton of interest keywords from the Facebook interest database. But you have to realize that, a lot of these keywords are most likely going to be irrelevant. So you want to be doing that carefully and make sure you go like Spin City, that girl, like these sorts of things have nothing to do with the nurse niche, like Smallville. I'm not sure if that would be a really good thing to target. But anyhow, that's another option. Let's just clear all this out. Move on to the next tool here real quickly. Oh, I guess I should show this one. Search type. You got your schools, majors, titles, and employers as well. Anyhow, let's keep moving. So the Wikipedia will extract words from the Wikipedia online. So you can do the same thing. And you can select the maximum amount of keywords you want, like say 500. And you can search the keywords or categories. Let's go ahead and pull them back real quick. And the most powerful tool within all of these is the fact that now we can actually validate these targets and see if they are really Facebook interest keywords. So hit that, and it found 142 of them were actually interest keywords. And if we go and sort, you can see all of them here. You can also right click anywhere in the grid and go, I want to delete the not found keywords, the ones that weren't found in the Facebook interest database. So do that. And we're left with the 142 that now we can do what we want with. We can go and search Wikipedia by clicking here. Also search Google. We can look at the description. And we can also filter within the different columns as before. And same with the filtering here. We also have the option of selecting what we want. We can right click and we can send the selected FB interests back over to the FB interest tool, and it appends it in here. And now we can do additional searching within this tool with those keywords that we found with this tool. So we can do that and see if more comes up, and looks like it did. And we can only go one step further. Oh yeah, I forgot about this little button up here. We can do the checks here. Excuse me. Or when you right click, the checkbox stuff is here. So if we want to select all of them, we can get more suggestions. So you can quickly see how crazy awesome this tool is for finding keywords. Trust me, when you're inside the Power Editor and you're sitting here typing in nurse, and then you're going through all these different things. Okay, registered nurse. Okay, now you're seeing some nursing, and you go through here and you find nurse.com, and you keep going and going and going. It's really just a pain in the butt. And you can't really see the audience sizes and stuff like that. It's just kind of hard to work with. But in here, you easily sort. You can also save any data using the file button. So you can save to data file. You can save to comma delimited text file. So it's easy to save and open up your work. Each tool has its own file format, so that's cool. So moving on to the movies, same idea. If you type in nurse, you can search movie titles, and you can use the validate targets again. It found 13 of them. You get extra information by clicking the Internet Movie Database link, the Google or the description. Moving on to the books, same idea. All these tools are very similar in terms of functionality. So you do have all the the different functions down here, the search, filters, file, copy, clear, all that stuff. Validate targets. In this particular case, it actually didn't find any. You also have this file button here. For each tool, you do have a file button for that corresponds to the input search keywords. So you can do all sorts of stuff like you can open a text file, you can save it, copy, paste, append the power words. So this is where I meant before when you select here all these power words that you save. So you can save any power words you want in here. All you have to do is just start typing. For example, that's my word. Just stuck in there, click done. And then when you're in here, you can right click append power words, and now it takes your main word and just appends the power words to that main seed word. And so now you can go and search, and each and every tool has this same function, and you can save your own power words that you want to have in there. It just helps kind of come up with additional ideas that you probably would never have thought of. See if we found any targets. This time it found 11. So the sites tool, it's kind of like a similar sites tool. So using this tool, you want to just stick in a website that's to do with your niche, like say nurse.com, and click search sites, and it just came up with 244. So now we can go ahead and validate. It found 5 of them, and these are actual interest keywords that you can use within your marketing. So you can actually just select these keywords here and go right click and copy selected keywords to clipboard, and let's put them in here. Right click and paste, or just Control V on your keyboard, and boom, there they are. You can also right click with all the tools, with the exception of actually FB interests you can do as well. So all the tools you can right click, and you can add selected results to search. What that means is you can add these that you've selected with the checkboxes to the box over here, and then search using those. So you can do that with books as well. So let's say like for like these 3, you can actually select results to search. So it puts them over here. You can, if you're lazy, you can just go add selected to results and search and go. So what that does, oops, had a problem there. Try that again. What that does, it just puts the keywords in there and clicks the search button for you. If you're a little bit lazy, I added that feature in there. Same thing with here. You can add it over there. You also have, in this particular tool, the sites tool, you also have the ability to go see that website, see it on Alexa, Google, and a description. And you also have Alexa rank. The lower the rank, the more popular that website is. And there's also the Quantcast rank, which is the same idea. So that gives you an idea of the popularity of that website, and also gives you an idea, like the site with the lower rank is going to have more traffic. So let's say if you're doing a bit of research in here, you'd go down and find the ones with really low rank. Maybe those, right click and go select the highlighted rows. Then you could take these and you can actually add them to your search and search those ones to see if they will come up with any other targets. Validate some here. It found 9. And if you have any duplicates in here, you can right click and say remove duplicates, and it'll get rid of those. The brands tool, what it does, it searches Amazon for popular brands for whatever you want. So if you type in nurse and you have to select a category, so let's say arts, crafts, and sewing, and it'll come up with all these brands. And again, you can validate the targets. Found 5 of them, and you can go and check them out on Amazon and Google. The search engine tools is very powerful. What this does, it goes and extracts the search engine suggest keywords. So if you're over on Google, let me just bring up my browser here, 1 second. You type in the word nurse and a space and the letter A, you get all these different suggestions. Type the letter B, C, so on and so forth. You get all these different keywords. And so that's what this tool does. It goes out to all 8 of these, whichever ones you select, including the most popular e-com ones: Amazon, eBay, Target, Walmart, and Etsy. So type in nurse, and it will go out to each and every one of those search engines and append the letter of the alphabet to that seed keyword or multiple seed keywords. And this tool can quickly bring back thousands of keywords. So it does take a while to go through all the search engines and whatnot. I'm not going to go through the whole thing here. So whenever the software is running, you'll notice that it kind of all grays out. So if we do it again here, it kind of all grays out, and you see this little GIF here kind of saying it's working. That means it's in extraction mode, so you can't be selecting anything. That's so that nothing kind of messes in the background. But when you want to stop the extraction mode, all you got to do is click the abort button at the very top. And once you click the abort button, everything will go back to normal. So that will apply to every tool. And so this tool has all the same features of the other tools with terms of searching and filters and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, the manager tool, which I quickly talked about here. And that's basically a quick overview of everything. I didn't want this video to be this long, but I just want something quick for you guys to get going right away and start using the software. So in the next videos, I'll go in a little bit more detail in each tool and talk about all the different features within the software. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.